It is under cover of darkness, quite literally in here, but I suggest you just go with it because what you're about to learn in this video may cause you to hide under the covers and maybe hide your beloved pets under the covers. So disclaimer warning, if you do not want to hear, it's not going to be super disturbing stuff. I would not make a video like this in this position if that was the case, but I just want to let people know because this is sort of, Colleen Ballinger, as we all know, has such a complicated, horrific behaviour towards animals. She is definitely an animal abuser, among many other words I could describe her as. But this just really needs to be talked about because I feel like I'm building a reputation on this channel for, sort of delving into stuff people might not know. And I'm more than happy to do that because with my last video, it was about Johnny Silvestri, who, thank God, is out of sight now. His time on the internet is up. But there's just still a lot to unpack, and we're just going to keep needing to hear from these guys, obviously the facts and the truth. But, this is just such a prime example of that. And so we're going to be talking about Colleen's cat, Daisy, the second cat that she adopted. First cat was Gus, or Augustus was his full name. I remember being little at the time. The only reason why I know all this is because I used to follow the cat accounts on Instagram. And I remember thinking there wasn't really anything strange to me at the time. I was young, I was naive, like a lot of the Colleen fandom. So a lot of people coming back to this and saying, well, why wasn't anyone complaining about it before? Well, the problem is a lot of the fans were very young. And so at the time, a lot of us, we had to grow up. We're all in the similar generation. So we have to grow up, to look back and see what's happened. And but turns out, which I find I'm really grateful to the Gossip Garden for providing me with all this information. Without them, would not know anything. And although this is merely speculation, we all know that people are not stupid. Unlike Colleen, people have valid, things to back up their claims, unlike Colleen. So, I think this is just really important to talk about. So, this is posted exactly 6 years ago. So, I'm sorry, I have to move. So I'm just going to be reading out this one post, and I want to see what you think. Shelters are literally overflowing with cats that need homes. Of course, she's such a shit person, she just has to pay big bucks for a designer cat instead of rescuing one and maybe using her platform to help homeless animals. So this comes after a video, which I probably should have explained at the beginning, but if you know me, I just do things all over the shop. So Colleen just, out of the blue, just posted a video saying, I've got a cat, I want a cat. And I remember thinking, obviously I wasn't too skeptical. I was just like, oh, another cat. But I was like, don't you just have Gus? It's less than a year since you got Gus and you're already wanting another cat. And, or a kitten. Yeah, it was a kitten. And they were both purebred or something like that. Very fluffy. I don't know the exact breed, even though I am a cat lover myself. But, I was quite surprised when I saw both of the cats were pedigree, they look like really expensive cats. So, it was I found it hard to believe that she got it from a shelter. But back then I was just oh, okay, I guess she was lucky, I suppose. she managed to get all these really, really valuable looking cats or whatever, even though it's not about, what the cat looks like. Like, I have 2 cats. One of my cats left me, like, earlier this year. But 2 of them are moggies. They're as moggy as can be, but they're absolutely lovely. And unlike Colleen, we treat them well. Like, if it's a pedigree, you kind of should be treating them well, like a bit too well, because they're so expensive and they need to be looked after and maintained. So the fact that Colleen, based on these people on the Gossip Garden, their views, is not looking good. So, yeah. People are sort of saying that the cat was sort of a distraction from her, at the time she was in a secret relationship with Eric, who we now know is, like, their relationship, I'm guessing, is got to be on the rocks by now. Like, surely something is, after all this. There's no way Eric is just going to stay in this marriage. But I just don't even need to get myself into their business. But at the time, like I was saying, they were a thing, but none of us were supposed to know until like a year later. So they were probably keeping it a secret for quite some time, like after she divorced Joshua, obviously, we was going on before them. And so after the divorce with Joshua, Colleen was surprised with Gus by decided to get Rachel and her mum, Colleen's sister Rachel and Colleen's mum decided to get her Gus. And a lot of people, I found it interesting in the post, a lot of people saying, I don't think you should give someone a cat as a present. Like, that's really weird. And some people were saying, I think it's probably set up or something, like this is just a distraction, obviously, from the divorce, and because, what else is her video gonna be, when she comes back to YouTube, which back then, obviously, she was going to return to YouTube, not so much now, but after the divorce video, obviously, she's not just going to put out a video about haters back off, because the show is about to happen, but she doesn't want to just put out a video about that straight away. People are going to be like, wow, you're already talking about haters back off. And so she's like, oh, what? She's probably like, what is a heartwarming thing? Oh, a kitten. Let's get me a cat. And so that, I guess, worked to her advantage. And obviously I was one of the many hundreds of people that fell for it. And so, yeah, I do agree with these people that the kitten was probably like, so she could, Daisy was just so she could spend time with Eric, not so much about the kitten, poor kitten herself. So, yeah, this person posted, quoted Colleen, I woke up yesterday and said I want a cat. End quote. You have a cat. Is that what you said to yourself about Eric? You woke up one day and said, I want a partner? That is definitely 100% correct there. Yeah, these people predict the future, honestly. Like, I owe a lot to the Gossip Garden. I think we all do. Swoop shouted them out. Good on you, Swoop. In her excellent documentary. I recommend you go watch it. Yeah, but I learnt about the Gossip Garden before the Swoop video. Like, there's just something so, I don't know, therapeutic. I don't want to say therapeutic, but let's going through posts from the past. Like, I just want to know, what are these people doing now? Like, are they still, are they on the Colleen Ballinger Snark Reddit? This is also, I absolutely loathe the Colleen Ballinger Snark Reddit, and I'll be getting to that in another video, so let me know if you want to hear about that. I just cannot stand the thing. Maybe I just can't stand Reddit in general. That could be a reason. But the Colleen Ballinger Snark is just, it needs to be stopped. It is really one of the most toxic subreddits I've ever come across, and not just because of the toxic gossip trade. Yes, I get it. So, yeah, the Gossip Garden, a lot of, obviously, what the Colleen Ballinger Snark is covering, they have not covered everything, and so I think it's important to shed some light on the Gossip Garden. And then Red Rose said, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. And then Red Rose, this user says, I bet she mangled Daisy's fur herself to make it seem like she's some raggedy rescue cat and not a purebred who cost more than I make in a month. And after reading that post, I was like, mind blown. Like, literally. I was like, that is got to be correct. These people, that they know something, even though they don't know what's happening. But there's no way that this isn't true. This has got to be true. This is something Colleen would do. And I don't know Colleen, but seeing her treatment of animals and how she's bragged about killing her dog as a kid, I think this sort of thing is sort of expected from her, as much as it's such a horrible thing. It's terrible. She should be given criminal charges, honestly. She filmed a dead cat when she was in New York with Jonathan, her best friend, and he's just absolute fuckwit. He has enabled her behaviour, and he's obviously yet to take accountability. But I feel like unless Colleen's friends step in and take accountability, we will never see some sort of accountability from Colleen. So all her enablers, Jonathan, Corey, Eric, yeah, so when they were this was 10 years ago, Colleen filmed a dead cat that the owners were looking for because it was missing, and they couldn't, I think they were told that don't film the cat, and they still did and were laughing about it. So it's really disrespectful to the owners, really disrespectful to the cat. And no matter how much Colleen tries to excuse her behaviour, as it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously, I love dogs or whatever, when she was saying that the dog bit me, but I didn't want it to be put down. It's fuck off with the excuses, Colleen. We all know what kind of human you are. And so, yeah, this point of view they have, before I stop rambling, is there's no way it's not true. I could imagine Colleen messing up Daisy's fur, the poor cat. Yeah, because it's... And Colleen also laughs about when she's got Daisy and when Daisy falls off the table, because she, in that video, obviously she's a few weeks old. She's so tiny and she's so weak, and she can't, there's no way she can have enough, she needs some time before just being taken into a household and getting used to things, especially if there's another cat already. And Colleen just laughs when Daisy falls off the table. And someone replied, "It looks like a purebred Persian that she probably paid a mint for." This person is a veterinary technician, and she says, "I'm pretty sure you're supposed to slowly introduce new animals to your current pets. I keep them contained to one area." Another says, "If she rescued that cat from a shelter, she would have vlogged it and included so much footage of the process of getting her," because that's something Colleen would do. Vlog it all as much as you can, expose as many people. I guess technically it could still be still to come, but I doubt she's going to show her driving to the breeders and picking her up from a fancy-ass house with 100 other identical Persians and writing the check for who knows how much. So, whatever, she's allowed to do that, but if that's the case, she needs to drop the whole high and mighty "I hate animals locked up for our viewing" shit, IMO. She found a loophole by being able to say she, quote, rescued her from fucking what? Bubblegum? Scratching my effing head. I don't know why she isn't nominated for a goddamn Nobel Peace Prize for picking a cat with some patchy fur. Big fucking whoop. Amen. Just amen. These people are honestly brilliant, getting their points across. I could never talk like that, not even on the internet. But yeah, she mentions in that video, and I remember a girl put bubble gum on Daisy and that's why her fur is all mangled. No, Colleen, you decided to make the cat look like that. And with the whatever things you've got in your frickin' house, I'm gonna read some more, because they'll probably end it. This is good enough to end the video without me having to ramble and just waste time. Wow, Colleen is such a good person. She adopted a cat that has uneven fur from cutting gum out of it. Holy shit, colder news. Surely this act of kindness deserves an award. I don't believe a second that that cat is adopted. In fact, I'm convinced Colleen has to get purebred cats because no serious shelter would give her a cat. They'd see right through her and know that she just wants an accessory. Not a very good breeder if they let her have the kitten before it's 10 to 12 weeks old and also let a child get bubble gum over it. Yeah, definitely not a very good breeder. We had a dog breeder they used to have their ads all the time, like Labradoodles, and there'd be like a girl like, get your Labradoodles from here today, look how cute they are, whatever. And recently they just like fined bad treatment of the animals, so it's now gone. So I just don't think you can trust any breeders at all. And unless it's obviously trusted, whatever trusted means, like government funded whatever organisation with good credibility. I wouldn't go to a breeder with my life. So Colleen knows what is going on. She knows she's planned this all out, but she does not give a fuck.